Warm welcome on this chilly morning, but nonetheless, thank you very much for your attendance here today. By way of introduction, David Stewart is my name. I'm assisted by Andrea Laucart, who you've all met, I'm sure, who's been managing the property over the last 3 weeks, together with Danny and also Jeff, who was just ringing the bell. We proudly represent one of the fastest growing real estate companies in the southeastern suburbs, iTrack Real Estate. Now, today's proceedings will take 3 parts. Firstly, I will go through the particulars of sale. Secondly, a brief description of everything that you've all seen here this morning. And third and finally, I will hand the property across to you and wish you all the very best, because some lucky person here today is going to get to call 43 Terama Crescent, Bayswater, their very own. Now, the particulars of sale are as follows. The vendor's agent is iTrack Real Estate. We are selling for and on behalf of our vendor the property described as Lot 1, Plan of Subdivision 415043, Volume 10423, Folio 503, and obviously more commonly known to all of us as 43 Terama Crescent here in Bayswater. Goods and chattels included in today's sale are all fixtures and fittings of a permanent nature. We are selling by public auction, whereby unless you have a previously arranged agreement with Andrea and the vendor, a 10% deposit is required at the fall of the hammer. The vendors would prefer a very flexible 30 to 60 day settlement, again at the choice of the highest accepted bidder here today, ladies and gentlemen. If you do have another option, certainly tug Andrea on the shoulder now and make any requests known. I'm sure we'll get permission for you to bid. Now, the rules of today's auction are in accordance with the REIV and the Law Institute of Victoria, of which iTrack are members of the REIV, and they are as follows. Subject to the vendor's reserve price, the highest bidder whose bid is accepted by the vendor shall be the purchaser. I, as the auctioneer, will always determine the minimum which the bidding shall be advanced, and no bid once made shall be retracted. If any dispute arises concerning the bidding, I, as the auctioneer, will determine the dispute and resubmit the property at its last undisputed bid back to you guys for your continued bidding. The vendor always reserves the right to bid once or more by their auctioneer, to refuse any bid or to withdraw the property at any time without necessarily declaring the reserve price. I will indicate bids on request, and once you've started bidding with me, if I've called for a figure, a nod or a raise of your hand is all that's needed from that moment in time. But if it's your first bid today, I would ask you to call it out yourself or ask one of our agents to help you if you're a little bit shy on that side of things. The law prohibits the making of false bids, and it provides major fines for anyone attempting others from preventing them from bidding. I've never had any problems at any auction I've ever conducted, and I certainly don't expect to be a problem today. You all look very friendly. The law allows the making of vendor bids by myself as the auctioneer, and the words that I will use to indicate that I'm making a vendor bid will be very clear and transparent. Vendor bid with the nominated figure from that moment in time. And a vendor bid, ladies and gentlemen, for anyone who's confused by that, is nothing more or nothing less than a counter offer made by myself on behalf of the vendors to simply suggest the property will not be sold at that or a lower figure than that. So if I do need to make a vendor bid, it's simply just to say, come on guys, let's get serious, let's move things along a bit. I will nominate the figure with the words vendor bid and ask for your continued bidding from that moment in time. And as I've said, only by law can I, as the auctioneer, make a vendor bid on behalf of the vendor. One final law in the state of Victoria, ladies and gentlemen, is that I am not allowed to accept any late bids. So when the contract has hit my hand, from that moment in time, I am not allowed to accept a bid. So if your strategy is to call out a bid right at the very last minute, please, I ask you to refrain from that strategy. And if you want to call this beautiful home yours, make it loud and clear. Tell the public you want it. Tell me you want it, and you won't be sorry that you bought it. I promise you of that. So that concludes the rules of the auction, ladies and gentlemen. We're all here today to purchase what is simply a stunning home, and I will talk about the home in a few minutes. But as the auctioneer, I want to just talk to you about the local area, and I'm very, very biased about the local area. I've already let it known to a couple of you here this morning that I personally have bought property in this street in 2000 and lived in this street for almost the last 20 years. It is a brilliant location to be living. I can absolutely assure you that if you do buy in Terama Crescent, Bayswater, from personal experience, you won't be looking to leave in a hurry. I can absolutely assure you of that. This particular estate is a fantastic estate. It's only one of 3 estates in all of Knox that offer the people who live in this estate an opportunity to have a back street drive to a railway station. There's only 2 other estates in Knox, one being in Baronia and Middle Ferntree Gully, that offer that opportunity for the people that live here. But if you want to get to the railway station in the morning, simply take a left turn down Terama Crescent, go up Ozone Road, into Orange Grove, into Pine Street, and you are at the Bayswater railway station. And from there, you're only 45, 50 minutes from Flinders Street on any given Monday morning. And as I said, only 3 estates in Knox can offer its citizens the opportunity to do that. There are 4 primary schools in this very estate. You've got the West Bayswater, you've got the South Bayswater, you've got the Bayswater, and you've got the Catholic school on Orange Grove as well. So if you're looking for opportunities to get your kids educated, they're everywhere here. Secondary college, well, you just got to go across the road down behind Safeway, and you've got the Bayswater Secondary College as well. We all know how close we are to Eastlink here, and we all know how easy the whole of Melbourne is to access once you're on Eastlink. Literally, if you don't get the lights, as I try and do, doesn't always work, but if you miss all the lights, it's a 3-minute drive from here to Eastlink. If you get the lights, well, you might want to add a couple of minutes onto that. Knox City just down the road, the beautiful Bayswater Shopping Centre, and if those of you who haven't noticed how much money's being spent in and around the Bayswater Shopping Centre over the last few years, I would urge you to go and have a look, and you will understand why Bayswater is now a destination suburb. 20 years ago, Bayswater, not so much a destination suburb. Today, people are swarming to want to live in Bayswater because of its location and its access to Eastlink. Now, the home itself, we're on just under 470 square metres of land here. The home is absolutely beautifully presented for you here today. It is a credit to our vendors. The beautiful floorboards, the lovely open kitchen meals area, or it could be a second living area if that's what you want. Beautiful private backyard that you could turn into a magnificent outdoor entertainment area. It's literally all here for you, ladies and gentlemen. I could go on for the next 15 minutes, but I do know some of you have got important things to do today, so we will move on with the morning's proceedings. Now, the way in which we'll be selling the property today is on a first, second and third call. And when the contract hits my hand like so, the property is deemed to be sold. Please, please don't be the person that wished they had a bid next Monday morning. Don't be the person that rings Andrea up and says, Andrea, I sat there all Saturday night reflecting on what I should have done at 11 o'clock Saturday morning. Can you find me another home? Just let the trucks go. I remember when I bought in at the other end of the street in 2000, I ended up paying 20% more than I really wanted to pay. And I stand here 18 years later and I don't regret that decision for a minute. So, ladies and gentlemen, without any further to do, enough from me. It's over to you. Love me wherever you like.
600.
$600,000, sir. Welcome to the bidding. That's $600,000 I've clearly bid, and all the very best to you this morning. That's $600,000. I'll take a rise at 20. That's $600,000. We'll just let the bus go through. That's $600,000. By the way, that bus gets you to Monash University from here too. never personally taken it. I was never smart enough to go to Monash, but I do know that it gets you to Monash. So at $600,000, we'll go for a rise of 20. That's 600. Where have I got 620? Thank you, Bob. Sorry? $650,000. There's a clear bid, ladies and gentlemen. That's 650. Can I say 670, sir? That's 650. Clearly bid I am. That's $650,000. First call at 650,000. 670. Welcome to the bidding and all the very best to you today, too, sir. That's $670,000. Where do I seek 690? That's $670,000. Where can I say 690? That's 670. How about 690 now?
680.
I'll tell you what, I'll take your 10 and I'll offer the same courtesy to everyone else. That's $680,000. Who now wants to give me 690? That's $680,000. Clearly bid. First call at $680,000.
685.
Stay in 10, sir, if you don't mind.
690.
Thank you very much. At $690,000. Clearly bid now. That's $690,000. You won't regret it, sir. I went through the same pain 20 years ago. That's $690,000. Clearly bid now. Can I say 7? That's $690,000. Clearly bid. That's $690,000. Where do I see 7? Sorry, sir?
700.
700. Clearly bid. Yell it out if you're across the road because the wind is a bit whistling around out here. That's $700,000. How about 710, sir? You will not regret it. 700,000. Clearly bid I've got. That's $700,000. First call at 700,000. Second call at 700,000. 710. Welcome a new bidder here at $710,000. That's $710,000. How about 20? That's $710,000. Can I say 20, sir? That's $710,000. You will not regret it. That's $710,000 we've got. That's $710,000 we've got. First call at 710. Second call, 710,000.
715.
I'll take your 5, sir. Thank you very much. I'll take your 5. Same courtesy to everyone else here this morning. We'll go in 5s if you like. At $715,000. Sir, we're not quite there just yet, but I tell you what, I won't be taking a vendor bid. I will not be taking a vendor bid. No higher bidder, ladies and gentlemen. I won't be taking a vendor bid. That's got to tell you how close we are. That's $715,000, ladies and gentlemen. These are the times you've got to fight.
720.
Thank you, Andrew. At 720, welcome a new bidder. That's 720. Can I say 725, sir? That's $720,000. First call at 720,000. Second call, 720. You come with me for 5? Come with me for 5. 725. You won't regret it.
722.
7. Come with me for 5. I've got the 2 there if I want it. Can I take it to 5? Anyone else can butt in?
725.
Thank you. At 725, clearly bid. That's $725,000. Beautiful polished floorboards, lovely ensuite, 2 living areas, 470 square metres of land in one of the great estates of Knox, ladies and gentlemen. Now's the time to fight. At $425,000. How are we going there?
725, not 40.
Sorry. So I was given the land size there, 725. Thank you very much. Does anyone not want to bid at 425? $725,000. You should have all had your hands in the air. 725. You've got to keep your sense of humour, guys. That's $725,000. First call at 725. 27. Can I say 30, sir? Might be the magic number. How about 30? Anyone else can come in? We're at 727.
730.
Thank you. At $730,000. And ladies and gentlemen, let me me be very clear. Salt signs going on the board. Now's the moment. Don't let it slip through your fingers. At $730,000, I'll take a 5, a 2.5, or even a 10 if you want. At $730,000, we're very clear about this. Selling today if no higher bidder is given.
731.
731, thank you, Jeff, at $731,000 now.
732.
Thank you, Andrew, at 732. Anyone else can come in. At 732,000, make yourself very clear.
733.
Thank you, Jeff, at 733 we've got. At 733.
735.
Thank you, 735. A knockout bid is always the best. At $735,000. At $735,000. How are we going over the back there? 736 now. $736,000 on the button.
Sorry.
Can I see you back in, guys? You won't regret it, I promise you.
737.
737. It's a good aeroplane. At $737,000. Take me to 740, guys. Take me to 740. Always be the aggressor.
738.
738. I'll offer the same courtesy over here. How about a 740, guys? Knockout bid.
740.
Thank you very much at 740,000 clearly bid. At $740,000. 10 minutes walk to the railway station. 3 minutes drive if you miss the lights to Eastlink. 740,000 clearly bid I am. At $740,000. Where you going, Jeff? You need an answer?
741.
741. Knockout bids are the best, guys, but 741 clearly bid. How about 752? Let's go to a knock. 742. Can I say 750? It's the best way. You won't regret it. I paid an extra 20% for this estate 20 years ago and I've never regretted it. 742, Dan, is it? 742 to my left. That's 742. Thank you for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. This is the pointy end, and we do like to give people some courtesy at this end of the auction.
745.
Thank you. Great bid. That's 745. I think we're going to sneak to 750. How about it, sir? I think we're going to sneak there. That's 745. It's only $5,000. Banks have got plenty of money. They're happy to give it to you.
750.
There it is, $750,000. That's $750,000. Give me one, guys. Don't let it go without a fight.
751.
Thank you. Don't let it go without a fight. Make sure you wake up tomorrow morning knowing you gave it everything you had. It's $751,000. That's $751,000. I hope your Hawks don't play that well today, young fella. That's $751,000.
753.
753. Thank you, Andrea. It's 753,000. It's and I'm not surprised.
754.
754, and I'm not surprised. It's a beautiful home in a brilliant location. 754. Looks like you may have done it.
760.
760. $760,000. Great bidding. Great strong bidding, folks. That's $760,000.
761.
Thank you, Jeff. 761 we've got now. It's $761,000. Moment to think. You've been with us from the start. It's 761. That's $761,000. 761. I need an answer, Andrea. I have to call it. You're definitely out. First call at $761,000. For the second call at 761. 64? 64. 764. Can you take me up to 770, sir? Knockout bids are always the way to go. At $764,000.
765.
Thank you, Jeff. At 765 we now have. At $765,000. Clearly bid. 765. No, definitely out. Thank you very much for your bidding, guys. Thank you for your bidding. Thank you, sir, for your bidding over the road. Thank you. I think we found our bidder. I think we found our buyer, sorry. At $765,000, let there be no mistake, I cannot take a late bid. I will call it 3 times, please, no late bids. It's now or never. First call, at $765,000 we're selling. Second call, $765,000. Make no mistake, no late bids. Third, final call. Are we all done? Finished and silent at $765,000. Well, I think a round of applause and we can welcome them to the street. We're selling. We're sold. Congratulations, guys. Thank you very much for attending another successful iTrack real estate auction and have a fantastic weekend.